Alright, this is distributive property part 2. So we looked at what like terms were. We said to combine like terms we add coefficients. We looked at the distributive property, and we see that distributive property is taking what's outside parentheses and multiplying it by everything that's inside. One use of that is multiplying larger numbers. So I can break the 29 up into 20 plus 9, or 30 minus 1. And I can break 6 times 15 into 6 times 10 and 6 times 5. You could even do it the other way around if you wanted to. I could do this as 15 times 3 plus 15 times 3. Since 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Now let's look at like terms. So if I look at these two, can I add these? So first, I have to see if they're like terms. Do they have the same variable? Yes, it's an x. Is it to the same power? Yes, to the second power. So now I look up at my notes where I highlighted. To combine like terms, add coefficients. So here's my coefficient, 5. There's my coefficient, 8. So if I'm going to add those, that's 13x squared. The variable doesn't change at all. Here I had 5x squared, here I had 8 of them. I combined and I have 13 of them. For my next example, on number 5, I have several terms. So I'm going to highlight my like terms. So I'm looking for anything else that has an x squared. And I see that's 7. So it's the same variable to the same power. Now I'm going to highlight anything with an x. Now be careful on this one and use addition of the opposite. I'm going to change that to plus a negative 1x. So it's negative 1x. And the 6 is by itself. And remember, addition of the opposite. So instead of minus a positive 6, I'm going to do plus a negative 6. So 4x squared plus 3x plus negative 6 plus 7x squared plus negative 1x. Remember, using addition of the opposite will be very helpful to keep you from miscombining something. So now I'm going to look at my like terms. I have 4x squared and 7x squared, so I have 11x squared. My x's, I have 3x and a negative 1x, so that gives me 2x. And the only thing left I have is a negative 6. Let's look at number 6. Distributive property, taking what's outside parentheses, multiplying it by everything inside. So I'm going to take 7, multiply it by x, which is 7x, plus 7 multiplied by 2, which is 14. I can't do anything else. I can't combine these. If you remember, on order of operations it says I must multiply before I add. Well, I can't multiply 7 times x because I don't know what x is. So therefore I can't add 14 yet. That is my simplified answer. For number 7. Distributive property, what's outside parentheses, multiplied by everything inside. So 3 times x, 3 times 4, 3 times 8. So I have 3x plus 12 plus 24. Do I have any like terms? Yes. These are like terms. This is not because it has an x. So 3x plus 36. There's my simplified answer. I can't do anything else. I have no parentheses. I have no like terms. Last one. And I'm going to change that so it's not confusing to addition of the opposite. So instead of minus a positive 7, I'm going to plus a negative 7, addition of the opposite. So I'm going to take what's outside parentheses, multiply it by everything inside. The 6x has nothing to do with it. It's not in the parentheses. So 4 times x plus 4 times negative 7. So that's 4x plus negative 28 plus 6x. I have my like terms. These are like terms. They both have x variables to the first power. So that's 10x plus negative 28. Remember, you can only add things that have like terms, that have the same variable to the same power. Remember, for distributive property, take what's outside parentheses, multiply it by both of the inside.